Before JoJo's Bizarre Adventure became a legendary franchise, Hirohiko Araki created something else, something violent, over the top, and criminally underrated. That something was Baoh, the Visitor. If you love intense body horror, insane transformations, and that early Araki style, this might just be the forgotten anime gem you need to check out. Let's dive into it. Baoh the Visitor was a serialized manga by Hirohiko Araki running in Weekly Shonen Jump from 1984 to 1985. It was Araki's first major serialized work, laying the groundwork for the art and storytelling style we'd later see in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The story follows Ikuro Hashisawa, a teenage boy kidnapped and experimented on by a shady organization called Dores. They inject him with a parasite called Baoh, which gives him insane regenerative abilities and the power to transform into a near-invincible superhuman. But if he loses control, the parasite can consume his mind, turning him into a mindless weapon. Alongside a psychic girl named Sumire, Ikuro fights back against Dores, taking down assassins and genetically modified killers one by one. The anime cranks the action up to 11 with brutal fights, gory transformation, and some signature Araki-style attacks, like the Baoh melted-in palm phenomenon, which literally dissolves enemies on contact. The 1989 OVA adaptation is a one-shot anime, animated by Studio Pierrot. It has that late 80s aesthetic we all love, sharp lines, dark shading, and ultra-serious tone. The fight scenes are brutal, with Ikuro ripping enemies apart, melting faces, and even electrocuting people with his own body. It's short, only about 50 minutes long, but it's packed with action, giving it almost a horror movie vibe at times. Visually, you can already see early JoJo elements forming. Ikuro's character design looks a lot like Jotaro Kujo, and the villains have that Araki flair with exaggerated expressions and dramatic poses. If you're a fan of his later work, it's fascinating to see where it'll start. Looking at JoJo's, it's easy to see how Baoh influenced Araki's later work. The transformation sequences in Baoh resemble early ideas for stand abilities, and the intense narration of attacks has that unmistakable JoJo-style flair. The overall tone and artistic evolution in Baoh laid the foundation for the dramatic storytelling style Araki would later refine in JoJo. A quick fun fact, Baoh actually appeared as a guest fighter in the 2013 JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle game. If you've ever played that game, you might have seen Ikuro using his Baoh powers in the roster. So, is Baoh the Visitor worth watching today? If you love 80s action anime, body horror, or anything Araki touches, then absolutely. It's short, it's violent, and it's packed with that classic, over-the-top storytelling that makes JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so fun. The OVA never got a sequel, and the manga was never continued, but that just makes it even more of a hidden gem. Plus, the VHS and Laserdisc versions are pretty rare, so if you ever come across a copy, you should definitely pick it up. So what do you think about Baoh? Have you seen it before, or is this your first time hearing about it? Let me know in the comments, and if you love retro anime spotlights, don't forget to like and subscribe. I got plenty more deep dives into classic and underrated anime coming up. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you ever get infected with an alien parasite, just hope it comes with cool superpowers. See you next time.